Morning everybody, this is Jeff over at Daily Drivers. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Obviously, first time using my voice. So thought I'd switch it up a little bit, because I heard a lot of feedback about people thinking that I might need to add some commentary. So that's fine, that's just fine. I'm more than happy to talk about it. So this is a 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo E. So it's at the base end of the Grand Cherokee lineup for 2021. Beautiful bright white with a black interior. And we're gonna go around here to the trunk and see how much space we got back here. Is equipped with the tow package. Good for about 3,500 pounds. Four-wheel drive. And a pretty usable amount of space back here. It's nice, it's got the rubber floor mat here, which is awesome. Got an outlet back here. This way if you need to plug anything in. And some hangers here. Got the knobs here for the cargo net. We can lift this up here and go to the underfloor storage, where you'll see your spare tire as well as a couple little pockets here to put any stuff that you might have. So we'll go ahead and close this. Manual lift gate. You do have your rear park assist sensors here, so it's equipped pretty well for it being at the bottom of the line. Got your keyless entry here. You can lock and unlock the vehicle from outside as long as you have the key. So we're gonna hop in here and test out the back seat space. I have the front seat set to where I'm pretty comfortable sitting up front, so we'll see how this feels. I'll shut the door. So get situated as if I'm sitting back here. Pretty good amount of room. I'm pretty comfortable. You got your vents down here as well as pointing as to where the air comes out. And then you should be able to, it might not be up here, but you should be able to put the seats down back here. So I'll go ahead and do that. Surprised I wasn't child locked out of here like I was with a brand new truck I just did. So yeah, there's a little handle right here and they come down pretty flat, so that's cool. So then the other side goes down, 40-60 split, of course. And you got a little on the back of the seat there to protect it. So now this is the part that everybody, I feel, likes to see. We're gonna go ahead and pop the hood. So yeah, right there. Okay. And I have binaural microphones coming in, so the sound is gonna be a lot better than this video and the coming videos. So that'll be something I look forward to. Now if I can find where the hood release is, there we go. So of course I always put the stats of the vehicle down in the corner. So we got the 3.6 liter V6 here, good for 293 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. Also paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. And in terms of fuel economy, it's rated around 19 around town and 26 on the highway. So not too bad with it being a Jeep. I know Jeeps aren't necessarily known for their amazing fuel economy, but actually is not that bad. So I'll go ahead and close that. I do actually like the white. What I did was I wanted to put it on this side this morning just because it's such a bright day out. The sun makes the white look so nice. I'd rather start there than start on the shaded part here, because this way the exposure is going to be way off. So let's hop in here and let's get a start going here. All right, put the key in there. All right. Okay. Yeah, so good amount of options for it being, like I said, at the base end of the Jeep Grand Cherokee lineup for 2021. Usually they start around $37,500 for the four-wheel drive model. This one is spec'd out to around $41,500. And of course I'll put all those stats in the description. So it doesn't, I mean, you got the smaller screen, which isn't too bad. Still have AM, FM, Sirius XM capability. You can direct tune it to whatever station you want. You have your media here, so you can connect your phone also over here. So if you have anything that takes, I'll pop this storage thing up. If you have, it has 2 USBs and an auxiliary, so if you have any of those devices, it'll pop up in media if you have them plugged in, as well as pairing your phone with Bluetooth. And then you have your climate controls right here, as well as buttons right here, dual zones, so each person has their own climate. And then you have air conditioning, of course, and your fan speed is this dial. You also have, there is no button for it, which I thought to be kind of interesting, but I guess Jeeps have been doing that for a while now. It's on the screen only, but you do have heated seats, which is a huge plus. And on a brisk day like today, heated steering wheel is also very, very nice to have. Down here you do have your headlights. They are set to automatic already, so that's just fine. If you press these in, that's your fog lights, which I'm not going to worry about. Your gas release is the button right there. It does have a power seat on my side only, which appears to be an 8-way, or actually, you know what? Actually, no, I apologize. It's a 12-way because there's 4 different positions for the lumbar and then 8 different positions for the seats. So a 12-way power driver seat, which is pretty awesome. Down here you have your 4-wheel drive settings. So you can set it to a few different terrains. You have snow, which is going to be nice in the coming months here. Sand, not in Pennsylvania, but that's okay. Mud and rock, where you can have it set to automatic, where it just adjusts to wherever you're at. And then you have your 4-wheel drive low here, which, just like a truck, you put it in neutral, stopped, and you press it. So now, if you want to get out of that, you just twist this and put it back into auto, and then we'll put it back in park. Close that too. Glove box. You have a good amount of space in the glove box here. There's 2 different handles. The first one shows you a tray. I mean, you could pull this out if you want, but the second handle lifts that tray up, so you have access to your outlet down in here. You have another one of those circular 12 volts inside the console. Good amount of room. And then you have your glove box, which is pretty spacious as well. Got all your manuals in there. And then, of course, your sunglass holder at the top. You'd be surprised some vehicles don't have one of those anymore. The storage is somewhere else, like the Tahoe video I just did. The sunglass holder is that little slider door right there, and you put your sunglasses in that little slot, which is kind of interesting. That was pretty cool. You have access to your backup camera here. Not too bad. For it being base, the resolution isn't terrible. Still very usable. And then you can do various settings in the vehicle, what units you want, whether you want imperial or metric, stuff like that. So, and we'll go to controls here. Well, we'll go to FM. Usually that's a pretty good channel. So, all right, so next thing to do, I would like to look at the center, media center here. So we got these arrows here, which will tell us what information will show up on the screen if we go up and down or left or right. So here it looks like it shows average fuel economy, and it doesn't appear that he changed, he reset anything before he traded it. So in the 368 miles that he had the vehicle, he averaged around 22 miles a gallon, which actually isn't too bad. It's actually not too bad, and it tells you how many miles until you're empty. So if we go down here, shows you your trips and average fuel economy for each trip. So I guess that might be like a cumulative average. So he averaged 19.8 with that trip. So, and then we got your radio, any messages that you might have. You can, you got your digital speedometer, which is what I usually leave mine on. You got your tire pressures. This looks like vehicle information here if we go left or right. So you got transmission temperature, oil pressure, oil life, which is pretty cool, battery voltage. And then if we go down here, we got, oh, it's the same chart, okay. And then you got A and B trip, of course. And then let's go up here. I'm gonna go up to my digital speedometer. I like that. Oh, you can change that too. So you can have a digital or digital analog, I guess. So that's pretty cool. And then with, as is with Chrysler products, one of the few where you could touch from kilometers an hour to miles an hour with the press of a button here, which is actually kind of interesting. So that's neat. All right, the steering wheel is plenty warm now, so that's awesome. So I'm gonna adjust my mirrors on the side here. Actually, it's pretty set where these are actually pretty set where I usually put them already, so that's good. All right. Rear view mirror is good. All right, so let's take this for a drive. I'm gonna stop, I might say one or two things while I'm driving here, but for the most part, it's just gonna be an experience in and of itself. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in drive. Very smooth shifter. Well, I guess it should be for a 2021, but it's a very smooth shifter. It's not clunky like other ones that I've driven. So let's head out here. So for those of you that don't know this route, and you're not from around the area, there's a pretty big hill behind me. Power delivery was pretty effortless going up there. I didn't really have to press the pedal that much. So that was pretty nice. Then I'll take it around some turns here and give her a little down the hill like I usually do. Handles pretty well around the corners, pretty stiff. Not full throttle, but power came pretty nicely. So there are a few options that I didn't quite go over that I missed when I was walking around the vehicle, so I apologize. But this bottom row of buttons here do a few things. So I'm going to look both ways here. Looks good to me. So the one on the bottom down here turns off your parking sensors. This way, if you don't want to use them, you don't have to. It won't beep at you when you back up. This button next to it turns off the auto stop. So if you're at a stoplight, the engine will normally shut off and then start back up when you go. So that shuts that off. And then there's an eco mode and a sport mode. Eco mode shifts at a little lower RPMs, and when you're cruising on the highway, it stays in a higher gear, so this way you're not as high up in the revs. Sport mode does the opposite. It shifts at higher RPMs and keeps you in the power band a little bit better. And then, of course, you can turn off traction control. Turning is very smooth. So now we're going to get to the part that everybody really likes to see, myself included. This is the fun part for me. The acceleration test. And this will be anywhere between, depending on weather conditions, this will be anywhere between 80 and 100% throttle. So we're actually going to go ahead and put her in sport mode down there, which turns off eco mode. And we're going to see what she can do. This is an 8-speed, by the way, so I apologize. I changed that in the description. Here we go. Not too bad. And you can tell it stays up in the rev range instead of dropping to the next gear. So we're going to go ahead and turn that off and turn back on eco. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Sounded great. V6 sounded awesome. So I just thought I'd add some highway driving here since I don't normally do that. I kind of just get on the on-ramp and next scene cuts to me getting back. So I'll just stay here on the highway for a little bit for you. And you can see the auto stop kicked in. Got pretty quiet in here. All right, started right back up, no problem. All right, so we're just gonna pull in here, test out the backup camera like I usually do. So it does turn with the wheel, the ladders, so that's pretty cool. So that's always nice to have to see where you're gonna end up. All right. I'm gonna turn it off. Okay. And it does also look like this is equipped with remote start. So I'm gonna go ahead and press the lock button twice and click the remote start button twice. All right, I'll shut it off. All right, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.